Hi everyone, welcome to the extended reading here on Patreon. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's reading. And I want to go ahead and jump right into the messages and channel for the third eye chakra of the Divine Feminine, which is where we left off in your in-depth energy reading, Divine Feminine. So if you haven't yet listened to the first reading on YouTube, I do recommend doing so for context, and the link to that reading is always in the Patreon post. Okay, so what's going on in the third eye chakra of the Divine Feminine? Okay, we have Door to Romance reversed and also Happy Family reversed. So there may be some situation, even one of the situations that came out in the first reading, where there's been a disconnect from a masculine, or even if you're a twin flame, a divine masculine in your life. And you may have given this person your absence or your silence because you took back your power and re-recognized the value of your time, your physical presence, your energy. And I'm hearing that if this is the case, or for whoever I'm speaking to here, this was really unexpected for this person. They weren't expecting you to leave or to walk away or to disconnect. And at this time, this masculine coming through here for you is sending you a lot of energy. They really want you back in their life. However, although you can sense that subconsciously, you can feel the pull of that. It feels like your intuition, Divine Feminine, is still giving you the red light on taking any kind of action to move forward. With Victory reversed and the Sun card upright, it feels like the masculine coming through here is represented by this Victory reversed energy. They're feeling really hopeless, really powerless to be able to get back into your life or to reunite with you. But you are here in this Sun energy. You are here shining, radiant, stepping into this new beginning. Someone I'm speaking to here could have long hair. Fish, or specifically a goldfish, could be symbolic to someone in some way. I'm not sure why I'm getting that. But with Door to Romance reversed, you, Divine Feminine, are keeping the door closed in the physical to this person. You're holding your standards, holding your boundaries, holding your ground, whoever I'm speaking to. And again, as I always say, only take from these readings, both the YouTube readings and the Patreon readings, whatever connects with you personally, because it is your intuition at the end of the day that is the guiding force of your life, the GPS, so to speak, of your life. But you are in this new beginning, Divine Feminine, and your intuition at this time is only giving you one step at a time. And this could actually be very overwhelming to the mind, which likes to plan things out many steps in advance. Whether this is related to your life purpose, your career, your job, or a relationship in your life, whatever the case is, it feels as though you only know the present moment intuitive guidance. You are given what to do or where to stay or what not to do in the moment, but you can't really see yet the bigger picture that your soul can see and that your guides can see. And that's really intentional because as we've been channeling recently, this is actually a training exercise of sorts to expand you. I'm hearing to expand you through the present moment, through present moment living and total present moment awareness, because you are a highly intuitive, highly spiritual, very wise being, and you have already learned how to navigate physical earth life experience when you have in the past been able to see further out into the future, when you've been able to set goals, to plan every step in advance. and then to push yourself to take action towards those goals. You've done life that way in the past is what I'm getting for someone. I feel like someone I'm listening to here, tuning into here, could refer to themselves in the past as being someone who is an overachiever, whether that's in school or when it comes to your goals. You're someone who really is, I'm getting like perfectionist energy, someone who has worked very hard for what they have in life and done a lot of this hard work through goal setting, through planning, and also combining that planning with your natural intuitive abilities. Now, the frustration is with this shift from 3D to 5D consciousness, you are really practicing energetic alignment with your visions of who you desire to be or what connection you desire to experience, rather than being so action oriented. And you're really on the leading edge of this shift in consciousness. So you might see other people around you still able to live as you used to live, meaning to set these goals, these hard and fast goals, and then push themselves to take this specific series of action steps. Whereas, and I'm not saying, of course, that you don't have goals or dreams or visions, or that you don't ever take action towards these goals. But what I mean is you are really living in the present moment, and you get guidance in the present on the next best step towards those goals and visualizations, but it comes from a deeper level energy alignment with those visions that you are practicing on a daily basis, whether that's through meditation, visualization, manifesting in some way. This shift into trusting your present moment guidance is actually radically amplifying your manifestation power. It's giving you the ability ultimately to manifest a lot faster, because you will be able to detach from any current timeline and take these quantum leaps, so to speak, toward your goals by simply aligning with the energy of the timeline that you want to experience that already holds the thing you are trying to manifest. And this leads to what we call flow state manifestation, where you're allowing yourself to go with the flow of the energy that you've aligned with, to be guided into the correct action steps for you in the moment. When it comes to love, however, it feels as though right now many things I just keep hearing shut off. It just feels shut off. It feels blocked. It feels like a door that's been closed. It might feel like a red stoplight in some sense, like you're kind of just waiting there, not really sure what to do. And the mind might be going crazy trying to put together, should I reach out to this person? Should I reconnect with this person? Is this my twin flame? Are we going to end up together? All these mind chatter thoughts could be coming up because you are being taught how to silence that mind chatter and trust what the present moment is showing you without knowing every step of the entire path in advance. This is a very advanced practice, by the way, and something that would absolutely overwhelm most incarnated souls. So most people will not be on this advanced spiritual, let's call it like a training course that you're on right now, which also means you might feel as though many people around you don't really fully understand you. I'm getting a name with an S in it for someone. With caring connections reversed, you might be in a position where you realize you have to close the door on one thing because it wasn't supporting you or participating with you in a balanced way, and you've now moved to this new beginning. I'm smelling a particular perfume scent, so you might have a certain perfume that you wear or something along those lines. So you've realized that this connection or this thing isn't serving you, isn't supporting you, but you might feel like you're at a closed door when it comes to, well, what's next? How do I move forward? Where do I move forward? All you know is that you're listening to the present moment guidance. You're staying connected with yourself, with your self-worth, and trusting this powerful new beginning you feel yourself being led into. Wow, Divine Feminine, I was not expecting all of these messages just on your third eye chakra. So now let's move up to the final chakra center, the crown chakra. So what is going on for the Divine Feminine in the crown chakra? I'm hearing a lot of activity. So if you're someone who has been spending a lot of time in meditation, as we mentioned in the first reading, or by yourself, energy clearing, whatever that looks like for you personally, this has actually been stimulating your crown chakra, your connection to the divine. You may have even felt head pressure recently of some kind. For some of you, this may have manifested as highly spiritual dreams that I'm hearing might be pointing the way into what your future is going to look like. This won't be for everyone, but for some of you, you may have been dreaming about something you've been thinking about manifesting, or a person that you've wanted to connect with, or something along those lines. Pay attention to those dreams, because I'm hearing they could be prophetic. They could be speaking to something that energetically you're pulling into your life. Now, if any of these dreams have had a negative undertone or a negative connotation to them, I'm actually hearing that these are meant to be released upon awakening, because any negative dreams you've been having, nightmares, etc., are a clearing happening. So this isn't really a result of this crown chakra stimulation. Any negative dreams are actually coming from the root chakra that we were talking about, holding the subconscious. So there could be subconscious fears or anxieties, things being cleared out because you've been spending more time alone, creating space for this kind of really deep subconscious clearing that in part could be occurring through dreams that might feel like nightmares or feel negative, but I feel that won't apply to everyone. So what else is going on in the crown chakra? If you've been spending a lot of time alone, know that in this alone time, you've been sending out your core soul frequency, a really powerful energetic signal to the collective consciousness through this crown chakra connection that connects us not only to our higher self, the divine, but also to every other soul in collective consciousness. I'm hearing that you are becoming highly telepathic, meaning because of the way in which you've cleared your energy over the months and years, the kind of work you've done on yourself, when you think a thought towards someone, it carries a lot of weight, it carries a lot of power, because of the way that you've amplified your frequency. So know that when you send someone love or send them positive thoughts or healing or think about them in a positive way, this actually affects them positively in the moment. This is also what makes you such a powerful healer, by the way, because I know that came out in the first reading as well. With Journey Upright, I feel like something about your current life path is like this highly spiritual journey, although it's a journey within the self. So in many ways, again, you might feel blocked. You might feel like you're at a red light, especially for some of you when it comes to a certain area of your life, whether that's love, work, career. But know that wherever you feel stuck, there is a really deep and important and profound spiritual journey that's actually taking place within you at that moment in time. In fact, that might be, divinely speaking, why you've been placed at a point where you feel like you can't move forward, or you feel stuck in something or in a thought or in a feeling. It's because within that stuckness, you're on pause in the physical world, allowing a deep and important spiritual journey to take place within yourself. What is this deep spiritual journey taking place? Okay, so I'm hearing that if you've been feeling with indecision, reversed, indecisive about something, again, that stuckness, like, should I go here or should I go there? Should I leave this person? Should I stay? But something about it just feels really stuck. Your guides are telling you, trust that deeper level spiritual journey that's happening within yourself. And once that journey has completed itself internally, you will get the external cues that will clearly guide you into what to do. And there will be no doubt, there will be no indecision or confusion. Trust your own indecision, because you are intuitive. So if you feel indecisive, it means the energy hasn't been lined up yet. So Yeah, I have cornucopia upright, especially if there's some grand vision, dream, or maybe a series of things you're trying to manifest, attract, or create in your life. Know that these things are already created. You have energetically infused your powerful core soul signature into these things. They are happening for you. They are unfolding for you. And if something feels stagnant or feels stuck, again, this is just you being intuitively guided to pause physically in this thing so that you can allow that deeper level journey to happen spiritually, which ultimately will guide you to the sense of clarity that will take you that one step forward towards this goal, this dream, this vision that you are energetically aligning with. Remember, you are learning a different way of manifesting. This is 5D manifestation. This isn't 3D manifestation that you're dealing with here, because you've risen your consciousness to the point where 3D manifestation doesn't work for you in the same way anymore. That force, that push, that control that most people are using in 3D to create or manifest their life doesn't work in the 5D where you've ascended to, where you are rising to. You must take this higher way of aligning with energy, which is actually more effective and more efficient and allows for, again, these quantum leaps to take place in your life. But you have to trust the process. I don't know who needed to hear that. It felt like some really powerful messages coming through from someone's guides there. So thank you to whoever manifested that part of the reading. Okay, so let's clear out the energy and take a really deep look at the divine masculine energy field. Now, of course, for those of you who watched the first reading, you know that the divine masculines have actually been very active in the energy field of the divine feminine. So the word final came out, and I feel like the divine masculine is right at the end of something, completing some type of cycle. For many of them, this is a karmic cycle that may have created disconnect within your connection in the past. Now, with the word herd coming out here, I'm hearing that the masculine has listened or has begun listening to his intuition in some way that he's been ignoring in the past. So what way has this masculine begun listening to his intuition? With victory in the midway position. So this feeling of hopelessness that was represented by that victory reversed card in the first reading, that hopelessness has actually pushed the divine masculine into a personal breakthrough that is in process, a transformation happening intrinsically, and breaking free of stuck energy with all tied up in the reverse position, particularly when it comes to the sacral chakra, to intimacy, because I see that victory in the midway position sitting on the root chakra. So subconsciously, there is this powerful transformation taking place. There are limiting beliefs that the divine masculine has been holding in his subconscious mind. What are these limiting beliefs that are being released? Appreciation reversed. I hear a masculine saying, I didn't love myself. I didn't appreciate myself, which is why I wasn't capable of loving or appreciating you. How is this transforming? Seventh chakra reversed. So this lack of self-love that was a limiting belief stored within the divine masculine's subconscious actually comes from this disconnect from his true soul's identity, causing him to feel kind of lost in the world, as though he's saying, I don't really know who I am in a higher sense. I feel lost in a spiritual sense. Who am I? Who am I meant to be? Because so much of my life has been crumbling. So much I used to attach self-value to, I've discovered is really just artificial. It's really just ego-based and shallow and not aligned with who I am at a deeper level. And I feel that subconsciously, the divine masculine has been going through this process of soul searching, of uncovering who am I really at a soul level, reestablishing that true soul identity in a more conscious way, which is then allowing him to naturally reconnect with self-love. And of course, only by loving the self can one love others, especially in the case of twin flames where everything is mirrored. So in the past, this masculine's lack of a sense of his soul's identity, his true self, and as a byproduct, that lack of self-love manifested as a lack of appreciation shown physically toward the physical divine feminine. But now that dynamic is being unraveled, that limiting belief system around self-love is being unraveled through firmly beginning to establish this masculine's true soul identity to himself. Now on the sacral chakra, that's where we have the all tied up card reversed, representing stuck energy breaking loose. So if a divine masculine appeared to be stuck in a particular romantic situation, a certain relationship, friendship, social situation that was negatively impacting him at a soul level, at an energy level, I see his stuckness in this situation breaking loose, bringing clarity. Because in the past, something he was stuck in involving intimacy, involving close connections, immediate connections in his life, may have actually prevented him, with man holding a heart reversed, from fully giving his heart over to you, divine feminine. I'm hearing competing. You may have felt as though you were competing with these other things that he was stuck in. This represents, by the way, some of those negative attachments that are being let go, because that was something we were going to take a deeper look at in this Patreon reading as well. And I see those negative attachments coming up through this 7 chakra energy look at the divine masculine as well. I just wanted to make a note of that. So on the solar plexus, we have Magician in the Mirror reversed, my number 2 twin flame card. So again, this could verify that this is a twin flame situation for someone if that resonates for you. We also have man holding a coin upright and walking away in the reverse position. I feel the masculine saying, like, I feel as though I lost myself and I'm working on coming back to myself, coming back to my true self. With Magician in the Mirror reversed, I'm hearing there's been an imbalance in the way that the divine masculine has related himself to the world around him. There's been essentially an imbalance between his true self beneath the surface and what he showed the world and how he chose to engage with the world. And now any part of himself that represents that false self is being deconstructed. And with man holding a coin upright, this is allowing that true self, that awakened self, to come through more firmly. But again, I feel this kind of being like an energy in process here. So let's reshuffle the cards and turn over to the heart chakra. So with patience upright, the divine masculine is realizing that many connections, many emotions are fleeting. They come and go. Many people come and go. But there is such value in the ones that truly stay in your heart. He's realizing that there is one connection in his life that has a kind of longevity that other connections simply do not have. Whether it's certain friendships, social connections, romantic connections from his past or in his life, he's realizing there is one connection that is the strongest, that has always been and remains in his heart. And it's the longevity of this connection, the stickability of this connection, if you will, that is actually revealing to this masculine consciously that there must be more going on here, that this has to be some kind of soul connection. I'm getting the name John or Josh for someone, something with a J. And a ton of cards just try to make their way out of the deck, which tells me that, quite simply, because the heart chakra is the seat of emotional processing, the divine masculine is processing a lot emotionally, particularly around this feeling of shifting into single-minded focus towards that one connection that holds all of the keys to my heart, that has stayed in my heart the longest because actually it's been in my heart all along. I'm also getting some masculines might quite literally be feeling physical sensations around the heart, like a pulling feeling to the divine feminines at this time, energetically or even physically. Although if these are physical symptoms, I always do recommend seeing a medical professional first because I am not a doctor. So it's always important to rule out potential physical causes. But if there's not a physical cause here, this seems to be potentially energetically based, speaking to the fact that the masculine is processing a lot emotionally. This could be causing him to close off himself physically from a lot of the world, because there's just so much emotion coming up. He might be crying even very frequently, feeling very emotionally soft, emotionally raw. But this is actually leading to a powerful heart healing, and also this, again, solidification of focused heart energy. Whereas in the past, he may have allowed his heart to be distracted by fleeting thoughts and feelings and connections. He is now eliminating that emotional distraction and realizing that the true value comes from focusing his time, effort, and energy on that connection that stays in his heart, that holds the longevity. And again, this is creating a lot of healing, but also I'm getting that this heart energy is circulating around the masculine at this time. Because the heart center is where twin flames are most dominantly connected, this energy is really powerful when directed towards manifestation. It creates a kind of magnetism around it when we are really tapped into that frequency of unconditional love, that if you are a twin flame, our twin flame journey essentially trains us, teaches us into those unconditional love frequencies that, again, are highly magnetic. And I'm getting that both twins at this time have access to this magnetism, regardless of whether you are separated, regardless of whether you have moved on in your life or whatever is really happening in your physical life. I'm talking about an energy here that you have access to. There's so much activity in the heart center that you have this ability to create this kind of magnetism around your heart chakra to, as we say in the law of attraction community, to manifest using heart energy or using your heart. So divine feminine or divine masculine, regardless of which polarity you connect with most strongly, you might find it beneficial at this time to infuse a lot of feeling, a lot of heart chakra energy, a lot of emotional energy into any meditation practice, visualization practice of what you desire, because that heart energy will become highly magnetic when infused into a manifestation, and it will pull it to you very quickly, especially at this moment in time when the heart center is so active between the twins. With communication in the upright position, in the journey card here, what I'm really getting is the number 222, the idea of alignment. I feel the masculine saying here, and I got the word church coming out from the Love Word Scramble, so someone here might be involved with a church of some kind, but I'm picking up a masculine here saying, I want to communicate with you, or I want to communicate more. But when I do, I want it to come from a place of alignment energetically. And I want it to be aligned with my actions, meaning I want to prepare myself in my physical world and be taking the actions to show you actively, and not just to speak the words, not just to say something to you, but to have it be aligned with my actions and energetically aligned with the point of healing and heart openness that I've established. So if you're not getting much communication, or you feel as though the masculine isn't fully opening up, I am seeing that this is because, again, he desires there to be this alignment between his words and his actions. He doesn't want to be all talk. In fact, whatever masculine I'm picking up on here, he may not be necessarily a words of affirmation person in general, because he doesn't seem to place as much value on words as on the feeling behind the words or the action behind the words. With the Temple Path card reversed, he's realizing that in the past, his actions may have not lined up with his words, or his energy may have not been ready for what he was saying to you. This is kind of a complicated message, so I hope this connects with whoever it's meant for. But it feels as though in the past, the masculine would say things to you, but he wasn't yet fully there yet energetically, or he wasn't yet fully showing that through action. And I just see this desire to have all of those things be aligned, the words, the energy, and the action, in like this triad of perfection here, of perfect alignment here before moving forward. So let's shift up to the third eye chakra. So what is going on in the third eye? The divine masculine is beginning to really tap into what he really wants with cornucopia upright. And for many masculines, the realization of these desires, what they really want, actually came through being indecisive or being unsure or behaving in ways that showed uncertainty until they lost out on certain things that they are now realizing are the things that they wanted, if that makes sense. So it's almost like this sense of loss is pushing the divine masculines to realize what they want. And right as I was saying that, the happy family card flew out here. The number 444 could be connecting with someone. But I'm picking up that what they truly want most strongly is this, again, harmonious connection with you of some sort in the physical world. I feel like a masculine here is telling me that he used to chase things, but now he desires peace and harmony and harmonious connection. A masculine here may have used to chase an ego boost or validation or something related to boosting his ego, but now he wants peaceful, harmonious connection and true, stable, unconditional love. And here we have the woman holding a coin reversed. So for many listening, that could involve releasing some type of karmic pattern or karmic situation or person in their life. A bond that with door to spirit reversed was not spiritual in nature, but was based on shared wounding or shared negative patterning. This could be something within themselves, a limiting belief system, an addiction, or this could be something externalized like a karmic relationship or connection. But I see the masculine being very decisive about letting this go, because this has created a lot of anxiety in their life, but especially within their emotions, because with Goddess of the Moon reversed, it disconnected them from you, Divine Feminine, and from your energy, which they're now valuing much more highly through feeling its absence in the physical world. So let's shift up finally to the crown chakra here. So what is going on in the crown chakra of the divine masculine? The thinking man reversed, releasing ego, giving way to the true spiritual identity, the true spiritual self. The word write came out, so someone could be a writer here. Also the words classroom and strength, so someone might be a teacher or have a classroom or be in a classroom of sorts. But I also see that the divine masculine is in this cosmic classroom. They are learning how to begin embodying their higher self more consciously, more in physical form, how to release those parts of their ego that have actually been preventing them from connecting with that higher self. And here again, we have the yin yang card reversed, because it's that ego blockage that created this disconnect from the divine self, which manifested as an imbalance in this divine masculine, divine feminine connection as well. And that's what they're working on at a higher self level. That's also what their spirit team is coordinating their life circumstances at the moment to teach them to teach them how to release more of that artificial ego-based identity and shift into their true soul's identity. They're beginning to merge more with their higher self here in physical form. So, wow, this felt like a very in-depth reading today. I hope that something from this reading connected with you personally. If it did, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. Otherwise, thank you for being part of our beautiful soul tribe here on Patreon. I am so grateful to all of you. I'm sending you so much love today, and I'll see you here again in Friday's Patreon reading.